let's call the January 12th, 2026 meeting of the Leitchfield Planning Commission to order. Missy, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, happy to. Commissioner Whitmore.
Here.
Vice Chair Bowman.
Here.
Chairman Buckles.
Here.
Commissioner Clemens.
Here.
Commissioner Gibson.
Here.
And Commissioner Clemens.
Here.
Okay, everybody here, thank you. Good to see you and Happy New Year. Before we move any further, we need a 2026 election of officers. I will entertain nominations either for the entire slate or individually. We can start with chairman, if anybody wants to make a nomination for chairman for 2026.
I nominate Mark Buckles. I second her.
Have a second. Are there any other nominations? Do I have a motion nomination cease? Kendall make a motion nomination cease.
Second.
West with a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is chairmanship, Mark Buckles. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Nominations are now open for secretary or for vice chair. Do I have any nominations for vice chair for 2026?
I'll make the motion to nominate April Bowman.
I have a nomination for April Bowman.
Second.
A second for April Bowman. Are there any other nominations? Do I have a motion nomination cease?
I'll make that motion.
Kendall with a motion cease.
I'll second.
Second from Missy. Since there are no other nominations, I will assume that all in favor of April, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Secretary Treasurer for 2026. I'm looking for nominations for Secretary Treasurer.
I'll nominate Melissa Mudd.
Melissa Mudd, are there any other nominations? Hearing none, do I have a motion that nominations cease?
I'll motion.
Angela with the motion, nomination cease. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from April. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the nominee is Melissa Mudd for Secretary Treasurer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you all. Heather, while we're at it too, we need to get this updated.
I was going
Top
to
of
say,
the page.
Tim's name threw me off.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
when I
competing.
glanced down there, I thought, oh, okay.
I was like,
We didn't carry
On
that.
the packet.
It's correct on this. It's not correct on the packets
Yeah.
that are coming out on the map amendment requests.
The packets that were sent in the mail had a different masthead.
it still has Tim
Oh.
Bocock on it.
The cover sheet, the working cover sheet that comes with the map amendment request is incorrect. All right, you have the minutes, and you should have already received those, so I'm sure most of you already read over them, but glance at the minutes, and I will entertain a motion for the minutes to be accepted as presented, or any amendments or edits.
Motion to approve minutes as presented.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
West with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, that brings us to two public hearings that we have scheduled for this evening. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
I make the motion.
Teresa with the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Missy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. This is a public hearing for RZ 25138. Before we read the abstract, I think Kendall is recusing himself from this public hearing. He'll not be voting on this matter. Yes, we will retrieve you when we get to that time. Missy, would you read the abstract, please?
Yes, happy to. RZ 25138. Owner is Pat Wilson Construction LLC. Applicant is the same. Location is approximately 650 feet southeast from the Highway 62 and Highway 1214 intersection, Leitchfield, Kentucky 42754. The request is change current zone R1, which is single-family low density, to C1 highway commercial.
All right, if you intend to speak on this matter as part of our public hearing, we'll need to swear you in. If you're going to speak for or against this application, would you please raise your hand? All right, Dave, would you swear both of them in, please?
best of your knowledge? Okay, good, thank you so much.
Thank you. This hearing is a judicial process that includes actual sworn testimony. We will begin by accepting testimony from the applicant, followed by anyone in support of the application. Then we will hear from anyone in opposition to the application. Following any opposition, the applicant may offer rebuttal to opposing testimony. All your comments and testimony are to be directed to the commission and the chair. Do not address anyone else in the meeting room other than the commissioners, planning staff, or council. Your time for testimony may be limited based upon the number of people present to testify. Okay. All right, Pat, I see that you're here. Do you want to speak on behalf of the application, or are you going to let it stand for itself?
No, I'll try to give you a little bit.
Would you come forward, please, to the microphone so we can make sure and get you?
Make sure that's on, please.
Okay.
We're going to need a taller Mustang.
Just
I got a loud
adjusted it.
voice, man. I raised girls. No, what we have 23 acres out there, and we're not building anything. We have been approached by people in the community for wanting us to sell some of that as commercial. They weren't interested in residential. So all we're doing is the front 6 acres, not the full 23. The front 6 acres along the highway usage is what we're looking at to rezone. The back 17 acres would remain in residential. I've given Tyler a drawing to show how we've kind of got this platted out and everything. And the residential is actually, there's one plot land there that's like 1 acre. The rest of them are 2 acres or so. So we're not asking to rezone the whole 23. We just want to do the road frontage, kind of like, the One Rural Electric, the EMS, and the water district down there. We're just wanting to do that road frontage. We've had an accountant look to put it off with non-accountant, she's bookkeeper. That didn't work out because at the time, we were just trying to sell the full 23. We didn't want to do anything, we were just trying to sell the full 23. But we've had multiple people, matter of fact, where a veterinarian is going to look at 2 of the 6 acres this Thursday. Mr. Davis, I believe was his name, he called today, he wants to visit 2 acres of it on the road frontage. So I wanted to make sure we understand, I'm not building anything. I've had people to inquire about some commercial lots on there. 2 to 3 acres is what they're looking for. So we just blocked off the front 6 acres is what we've done. And Tyler does have the drawing. If I need be, I can get one and bring back or bring to you as well. So that's all we're asking for. As I say, the back 17 will remain residential.
Would you still own the properties,
second.
but you would lease them
Wait a
possibly?
second, wait.
I'm
wait a
sorry.
second. Yeah,
Okay.
hang on. Okay, you got anything else?
No.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you, Pat. Is there anyone else present that's here to speak on behalf and speak for this application? Okay, is there anyone here to speak in opposition to this application? Okay, would you come forward, please?
Hello.
What is your name?
Oh, it's Erin Cannon.
Okay, Aaron, thank you, welcome. Go right ahead.
I live on 1214, so this is important to me. It's nice to know that the potential is that it's only 6 acres versus the entire. So that is nice to hear. My biggest concern is if you've driven on 1214, especially the area between Home Plate and the bypass, it's 55 miles per hour because it's a state road. There are no shoulders, and it's already having more traffic right now with them building the new EMS building and the apartment buildings that are across the street from the EMS. If you're familiar with it right now, there's so much change going on 1214, which, I'm not opposed to change. Change happens, change is important. However, I just am, the amount of traffic that will then happen on that road is a concern of mine, especially with my kids. Yes, it could just be 6 acres now, but in a way, it kind of sets precedent for commercial to be brought into what is currently a residential area, a neighborhood. So it doesn't just impact us on 1214, it impacts those who live off of Lee Street. Their backyard could be a commercial. It could be a Walmart, for example. Not that it would be, but it could be. I think there's a difference, too, between C1 was commercial versus a small neighborhood business. So, like, where I live is 606 Grayson Springs Road. If you look at the zone, like, right next to us, there's a small neighborhood business. It once was Ray's Flower Shop. Now it's a therapy, counseling. I'm not exactly sure what the business name is. To me, that's different. different. And also, there's a lot of other areas in our community for commercial properties to be built and developed that are still not, like, there's tons of places off the bypass. There's vacant buildings that I think that a commercial property would better fit versus in a neighborhood where it could impact a lot of us. You know, whenever you buy a home, you anticipate that it's not going to change crazy. You know, it will change crazy. My grandparents built this house in 1960s that we live in now, and it has changed so much. And change, again, is not a bad thing. But I just think it's important to acknowledge that this part of 1214 is a neighborhood. So that's the reason why I'm opposed to it changing to commercial building.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Might I have your street address, please?
It's 606 Grayson Springs Road.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Is there anyone else present that is here to speak against the application? Pat, you have an opportunity to clarify anything that you feel like might be misrepresented or to provide additional detail.
I understand your concerns, you live there. As to say, this is not like factory or anything. It's not that, as I say, and then all the other, as I say, Tyler has the drawing, you'll see that all the others broke out. We come in off of, I call it Electric Avenue, is right there beside Warrenville Electric. That's how you're going to reach the back 17 acres. There'll be a road built back through there, so there's not going to be coming up on the other road, on Grayson Springs. They'll come in from that avenue. And again, it's still residential. The only thing we're looking at is the front 6 acres. To answer you start to ask a question, no, I will not own it. I will sell the property. There's no leasing, no nothing. And I'll let y'all know, some of you already know, the VA has approached us about their medical facility. Have no idea if they're going to jump with us or jump somewhere else, but they have approached us about the VA. So I've had a bookkeeper. I've got a veterinary meeting this Thursday. The VA people have come and looked at it. Somebody else. Oh, I had 2 veterinaries. I'm sorry. There's another veterinarian that came and looked at it as well. Everybody that has approached us has been interested in commercial. Everybody that has approached us about residential is not interested on the front because they say it's commercial because of the water, electric, the EMS, and then the water district. So I've kind of thought the best way for us is to divide it, the front 6 commercial, the back 17 residential. So if y'all have any questions for me, I mean, feel free to ask.
Well, hang on.
If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay. Have you signed in, ma'am? You had your hand raised?
I signed in, but I didn't know I was going to say anything until now.
Okay.
It affects my property. That roadway that he was talking about, I live.
If you, ma'am, if you want to address the commission, I'll need you to come forward to the podium, please.
You need to
Okay.
be sworn in,
Thank you.
please. You swear that the testimony you give to be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief? Yes.
Mark, you want me to step back when she's...
Please, if you don't mind. Thank you, Pat. Yes, ma'am, what's your name?
Meredith Lee.
Okay, Meredith. Go right ahead.
So I live at 115 Lee Avenue. It was a house that my grandmother built back in 1957. She ended up selling the land to Warren Electric, and so that road that is Warren Electric is on is pretty much my backyard. And I will tell you that I already have teachers, I already have other people driving through my yard to get to ball games, to get to school. I do not want people to be driving in my backyard if that's going to be an access road to wherever it's going.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm just concerned because, I mean, people speed up and down Lee Avenue. I'm afraid they're also going to speed on that road in the back.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Again, ma'am, I understand your concerns. I'll leave the
Pat,
tree line.
hey,
I'll just
Pat,
leave the tree line.
talk to us.
I'm sorry. I'll leave the tree line up. The fence is already there. I'm not interested in that. So we've got plenty of room. Now, I can't answer for the next person. I know Scotty Hawkins owns lots there, and he has started building some houses on the other side, and he's got blacktop. So I can't speak for what he'll do, but for me, I only own in so deep to where I have to turn. so to make our roadway. And again, if you look at the drawings, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But that is an easement, but I'll leave the tree line, I don't care. It's right there it's on the fence line. And Wes, I think you was getting ready to ask a question.
We'll get the questions
Okay, I'm sorry,
momentarily.
That's
all right.
All right, no problem. Anything
That
else
it?
you need to ask me, just let me know.
Okay, I appreciate it, thank you. I need a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Wes with the
second.
motion, Missy with the second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, public hearing closed at 5:16. All right, now, before any amendment is granted, the Planning Commission must find that the map amendment is in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan, or in the absence of such finding, that one or more of the following apply, and that is that the existing zoning classification given to the property is inappropriate, and that the proposed zoning classification is appropriate, or that there have been major changes of an economic, physical, or social nature within the area involved which were not anticipated in the adopted comprehensive plan and which have substantially altered the basic character of the area. KSR 100 limits our ability to approve amendments based upon any other criteria, and the testimony and evidence we receive will have to offer one of those two findings of fact. The decision is not based upon what we would like to do, or like to see happen. It's based upon the findings of fact. You have a staff recommendation on this request. I think it would be at the top of your stack. Tyler, would you speak to the staff recommendation?
Yes, sir. So after doing findings of fact, the subject property is the parcel highlighted on the submitted plan that each of you got a copy of, and is located along a major arterial roadway approximately 650 feet southeast from the Highway 62 and Highway 1214 intersection. Finding number one, the existing zoning is no longer appropriate for the property because, one, the property is in proximity to existing commercial uses and uses commercial in nature, which generates vehicular traffic, lighting, and commercial activity incompatible with single-family residential development. The property fronts a high-traffic roadway serving commercial development, which creates noise, congestion, and safety concerns inconsistent with residential living. The presence of institutional and commercial uses has altered the character of the area from a quiet residential setting to a mixed-use corridor. Planning staff finds that the continuation of residential zoning at this location would be inconsistent with existing land use patterns and would likely result in underutilization or vacancy of the property. And going forward, second, the requested commercial zoning is compatible with surrounding land uses. This is because it is in proximity to the commercial businesses, and it lies between a public institutional use and commercial use. Commercial development would provide buffering and a functional land use transition between high-activity uses and nearby residential neighborhoods. And it will allow for development that is consistent with the existing character of the corridor rather than introducing an incompatible residential use. It would not adversely affect the nearby properties. Any future commercial development will be required to meet the city's parking, access, and screening standards, reducing potential impacts on nearby residential uses. The location is along the major roadway, and existing commercial and institutional use make it more appropriate for commercial traffic rather than residential driveways. Basically saying that if we leave that as residential on that strip, you're looking at adding anywhere from 10 to 15 residential driveways on a highly traveled roadway, to where if you rezone commercial, you're limiting those access points from the road to the commercial use. So you don't have driveway after driveway after driveway for residential use. So that's a safety issue that I thought of. And rezoning is in the public interest because it supports economic development and job creation. It improves land use compatibility by aligning zoning with existing development patterns, and it reduces conflicts between the residential and commercial traffic, noise, and lighting.
Thank you, Tyler. Okay, no time for questions. If you're called upon for a question, please make sure your answer is to the commission, to the person that asked the question. All right, Wes?
Pat? Yes, sir. I just want to clarify something. The access road you were talking about, you called it maybe electric or what you did. Is it called Flower Lane?
It may be. I
It's right
apologize.
next to-
It's
right
right
next-
there, it's right there with Warner Electric.
That'll access the back part, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize if I said
No, it's
that.
okay. The other question,
And-
any part of the 6 acres, is it blocked by any utility lines?
No, sir.
No power lines?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
The 6 acres, no. I'm trying to think. Down at the lower edge, it may, right at the very corner.
Yeah.
Towards where Tommy
Tommy Higdon's got it, yeah.
That, there's a power line goes there. It may clip just the corner.
Yeah. The only reason I'm asking, we rezone it and then they can't even build because there's a 100-foot easement.
Yeah,
Power
no.
lines. We don't have anything to worry about
Most
there.
of ours goes right up the property line of Tommy Higgin and myself. That's almost, it's almost a divider. It is on us, but then there's a big pond back there and they cross over that way.
Okay.
So no, it would not
Good.
affect, and the drawing, the main drawing that you, that we've given, Colin Ray has allowed for the lot for the residential. He's taken care, provided for that as well, to make sure that it works out for housing as well. And I apologize, I couldn't remember, I thought they changed it from flower to electric.
Yeah,
so
I just
may-
looked, yeah, flower.
Yeah,
is
I
what it
apologize.
should- Yeah.
I apologize. but
They
yeah.
did change it? Oh, okay.
Are
What's
there,
it called? I'm done.
you taking care of?
Yeah.
Are there any other questions for Pat while he's at the podium?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions for anyone? Any staff questions or, all right, if not, discussion, concerns?
Flower Lane is at the one right beside Warren, but right now I think it's, when you drive out it, it's blocked off.
It's a
But I
dead
went
end right
and
now.
looked yesterday.
It's a dead end, but
Yeah.
what he's saying, if they develop it, it'll be an access
Yes,
road to the
that's what I
back
was
property.
wondering. So that's behind the,
There's an easement. It is right now, the gate is open,
Yeah.
but it's an easement, and if you've noticed on the other side of the trees where the water tower is, Scotty Hawkins has already
Yeah, I
blacktopped
went
up to
back
those
there,
trees.
yeah.
So it's a connect, it'll be, if he
Connected.
decides, because he owns lots on that side of the trees as well, if he decides, he'll connect them. I would just take it and then turn into where ours is.
you'll turn left, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I can provide a little bit of clarification on that if needed. Flower Lane is actually a 50-foot dedicated right-of-way owned by the city. So it's on the plat, it's 50-foot right-of-way. It has been changed to Electric Avenue there by Warren Rural Electric,
Yeah.
but it is a right-of-way that extends beyond Warren Rural Electric's property all the way down to the water tower.
So that's up from her house.
I guess the thing that, one of the things that we, have to consider in making a decision like this is that absent any type of development plan that may be crystallized later, when you assign a piece of property, the C1, any permitted use in C1 is on the table. So while, we're pontificating or we're daydreaming that the use is going to be this, absent any additional information, you just have to remember that you're basically opening the door for anything in C1, what it might be. And in some cases, the C1 would be just fine for this. In other cases, there might be less desirable. But, that's part of the calculation that you have to make into consideration going forward. Any other discussion?
I guess I just want to clarify, so with further developments in neighborhoods such as this, where it is particularly residential, what is the protocol of notifying those residents of these developments that are coming? What do you do in that
Well,
case?
all the, we can answer that. All the adjoining property owners,
Okay,
we're notified
Yes.
of this hearing.
and we have documentation of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in your packet, where they were
I just
all
wanted to
notified. So they were given an
double check,
opportunity to speak, and some of them are here.
Okay,
But there are more than just the immediate adjoining property owners here this evening that have concerns, so.
I guess that's what I was getting
And
at, yeah.
it's obviously impacting a broader area, but I think those citizens are represented here tonight.
Okay.
So you have three choices, and I will remind you, most often, we take action the same day as a hearing, but under provisions from KRS 100, We can delay an action on a request depending upon the volume of evidence to consider or a lack of clarity that you need in order to make a decision. So tonight, the options are a motion to approve and recommend to the city council it be approved, a motion to reject and make a recommendation to the city council that it be rejected, or a motion to table it. So one of those three things are going to happen before we can move forward.
If Pat leaves the tree line, that's not going to affect Miss Lee.
I don't have a tree line.
Isn't there a tree line behind your houses, the houses that where you live? A cedar tree line?
Not mine,
Okay. Which one is yours?
the very first one.
Okay.
Okay.
I have an acre in the backyard.
Oh, I see where you're talking about. Okay, I know where you're at.
Okay. And so can you clarify on Flower Lane so we get a better depiction of how you're expanding off of that? Are you coming off the backside or?
Flower Lane, as it comes up,
Okay.
there's a fence where Bill Lee, when he owned it.
Right.
Fence is down.
Okay.
So at the corner of Warren Road Electric's property, you know, they have a fence around it.
Yeah.
From that corner post straight across, it is where from that point there is where I would build the road. And as soon as you come in, I immediately turn to the left.
Okay.
My property only goes, I'm gonna say 50 to 100 feet till you run into Scotty Hawkins where he has his lots.
Okay.
So mine's just wide enough to make a roadway to go in there and have easements. I apologize if I misled, like I thought from the minute it started there were trees there or there's brush anyway. Whether it's trees or brush, there's something there.
There are trees on down, I think.
Is it? I thought,
In the back of
and I
those other
apologize,
houses,
I
yes.
apologize, maybe it's
I saw
immediately.
those, yeah.
I know before you get to the fence, there was nothing, but I was thinking from the fence down the place, but I apologize. So yeah, mine would come and turn left immediately.
Okay. That
Yeah.
helps.
Now,
Thank you.
again, if, you know, Mr. Hawkins decides to take it on through, I have nothing to do
That's out of
with
your
that.
control.
Yeah, yeah. And as far as the C1, we came up with the C1, I talked to Tyler. I don't know anything about zoning and stuff, so I asked Tyler, and he kind of educated me and kind of helped direct me in the direction to go with this.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, C1's already there.
But
you know.
are there any other questions? Because we
sorry.
need to
No.
continue the discussion if we're,
I'm just going to continue discussion.
okay.
Sorry.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
So, to,
If you can look at the drawings, I will.
Thank you.
just speaking on behalf of the neighbors, I know, I mean, this, you know, I know why you're here. We all do. But looking down that road, if you travel a little bit further, there's already Grace County Water District, there's EMS going up. I get it. To answer, and we're hoping, this will be a hope of mine, as more businesses come in, maybe they widen the road, maybe they put a shoulder in, maybe they put a turning lane in, as they do on the bypass. That's a, you know, that's a hope. As far as it not coming, I think that is, when the lease sold that, they wanted prime price out of that property. It was good land. I knew the family. A lot of people built or bought with anticipation that it was commercial. There's going to be a lot of residential that goes in where Scotty started that you've got behind them. But I do think that road frontage, as Tyler stated, is commercial property, and a lot of it on the bypass sitting open and up. You know, not everybody can get a hold of it. A lot of it's still farmland, and it may not sell this generation. But I get what you're saying. I just think with closer down to you, those already being businesses, it's going to be hard to turn this one down.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
She's,
Where the discussion
the
phase?
only thing I was going to say, is there a way to appease Miss Lee where maybe, and I don't know because I'm new, could there be a fence put up, whether by her or by,
If a commercial property immediately impacts or is next to a residential piece of property and the commercial comes in, buffering would be required. But
Okay.
I don't know that the properties necessarily adjoin.
yeah, I'm just
So,
saying.
but
That
if
could be
they
a
do,
thought.
the buffering and screening would be required where
So I have
where
a
they meet.
question. So all those acres are being sold, but only the front 6 are gonna be rezoned as commercial?
Correct. So you still have a big corridor of residential back behind it, which you have in a lot of applications and places. And so And I would echo is that once the J.C. Lee and Sons property started to be pieced off, I think that was a sign that this was what was going to happen, because if you just go to the end of 1214, where there's commerce, you go to the beginning of 1214, it's natural that that's going to, over time, it might not be in our lifetimes, but over time, it is going to change. And, you know, our evidence that from the decision you're making tonight is from what you've heard here and what's in the application. But as commissioners, you probably also have to consider that there are other people moving in the same space. You know, there's typically a ripple effect when this happens. And so there will be other people who will be looking to develop or for other opportunities on this property. So this is not the last of these that we're going to see.
Yeah, I agree.
And there are apartments already on the left, is that right?
Yeah, as you go out past that, right past that, they're developing
I thought so, okay.
yeah. Yeah.
And does it front to 1214?
It's road frontage.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, again, so we could continue discussion. I need an application, I need a motion to approve based upon any findings of fact, reject based upon findings of fact, or table.
I think this makes the most sense, what we've been focusing on for the future of the city, the long-term plan. It's happening, and we have to look at the broad and scope of the best for the city. I think this makes the most sense.
Are you making a motion?
I'll make a motion.
You're making a motion to approve?
Yes. I make a motion to approve the change from the current zone R1 to C1.
Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Wes with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, excuse me.
Do we not have to list what our reason is based on?
She listed based upon the character change, the
I
character
did.
change of the
Okay.
neighborhood. It's in there. Okay, the motion carries unanimously. It is our recommendation to the City of Leitchfield Council that the application for a map amendment be approved. It will be their decision to approve or reject our recommendation. So thanks to all of you that were involved in that matter. You're free to go if you like, or you're welcome to stay. Thank you. Teresa, would you be so kind to retrieve Kendall?
Thank you.
I need a motion to open the public hearing for RZ 25139.
I'll make a motion.
Teresa with the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Wes with a second. All in favor, say aye. Okay, here we are, the public hearing for RZ 25139 at 5:34. Missy, would you read the abstract on it, please?
You mean RZ 25195?
Yes. Oh, sorry. It's listed differently here.
Marty Higgins?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. RZ 25195, owner Marty Higdon.
It's 139, right?
Is it 139?
It is 139. We got mixed, we got
Oh,
got
okay.
mixed
So just
information.
modify the paperwork.
The agenda says 195, the packet says 139.
139, thank you. Okay. So, RZ 25139, owner Marty Higdon, applicant same, location 109 Maple Street, Litchfield, Kentucky 42754. The request is to change current zone R6, which is manufactured home park, to R2A, which will now be, if approved, single-family high density.
Thank you. Is the applicant here to speak on behalf of the application?
No, sir.
Is there anyone present that wants to speak for the application? Hearing none, is there anyone here who wants to speak in opposition to the application? Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll motion to close the public hearing.
Angela with a motion, do I have a second? Missy with a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, public hearing closed at 5:36. Staff recommendation on this one, Tyler, would you kind of walk us through it?
Yes, sir. We find that the request zoning is compatible with the surrounding land uses. It's appropriate because the property is in proximity to existing commercial business and a manufactured home park. And a high-density development will provide buffering and a functional land use transition between the Dollar General store and the nearby residential neighborhoods. And rezoning the property high-density will allow an attractive development in the area. It will not adversely affect nearby properties, and we believe that because the proposed rezoning will not have a negative impact surrounding properties, the high-density zoning allows for controlled development that creates a buffer between commercial use and lower-density residential zones. Rezoning is in the public interest because it supports economic development and aids in the lack of housing for smaller, new, and senior families, and it helps to buffer conflicts between residential, commercial traffic, noise, and lighting. Based on the evidence presented on the submitted plat, the surrounding land uses, and the standards of the City of Leitchfield zoning ordinance, planning staff finds that the request to rezone the subject property from R6 to R2A is compatible with surrounding development, will not adversely impact nearby properties, and serves the public health, safety, and welfare.
Thank you. Okay, questions, discussion? Commissioners?
Will he be renting this out, or will he be selling these properties? Does anybody know?
It's not really,
We don't know.
So
we're just concerned with the use of the land.
The use of the land. Because I think we have a nice park there, and I hate to see it look bad across the street. But it would look better than it does right now and make it look nicer.
Any other discussion?
I think this makes sense. It will open up more opportunity for development in the area.
Yeah.
It doesn't constrain us as much.
There are probably, you see areas around the city where they're taking some of the oldest neighborhoods and they're being, revitalized. Hardin Street's a good example of where you're getting
Yes.
a makeover, and that tends to be contagious. And that whole Central Avenue, Goff Avenue area out through there, is one of the oldest sections of the city, and it's probably going to go through some type of rebirth
It'll look better.
in the next generation, and it's a busy area of town, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So,
It'll look better, yeah.
so when discussion is complete, you can either approve, reject, or table. So I'll entertain a motion when someone is ready, either way.
I'll make a motion to approve the rezone request based on it's in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan.
Okay.
I'll second.
Second by Missy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it is our recommendation that RZ 25139 be approved by the Litchfield City Council, and I believe they will hear that at their meeting on Monday, correct? All right. Yes. Got a couple of commissioners who have other obligations, so we'll give them a second.
Before you leave, there is one thing I need to bring up.
Okay, we will still have a quorum, if you're concerned about that, or...
I'll stay a little bit longer.
You sure?
It's okay, yeah.
Are you okay, April? All right,
I'm gonna be committed.
okay, go ahead. Old and unfinished business, Dave.
Finish this comprehensive plan, folks. It's gotta be done. And so what I did is I met with the people at the property valuation administrator office, and they came up with a great idea. They said they provide our plan, our maps for our present zoning in the city. And all we would need to do is, they don't have room on the particular map to put the zoning, but what they would do is, all we need to do is attach a sheet to it, and we'll put the property ID number, and we put then the sheet, and then with the sheet, we'll put what is for present zone and what the zoning is. And so as the property is rezoned, and you would change the zone on the map, on the ledger sheet that you have. I thought that was a good idea and a good way to get this thing complete. If you all are in agreement, I'll move on with that, because as I said, we got to get this done.
Give Dave the green light on that?
Yeah.
I thought
We
that
need to
was
make a
a good
motion.
idea.
I don't think we
totally
need one.
Why we didn't think of that before, but that's,
It's a good idea.
I'd say we go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way I'll proceed then.
It's more just an operational advisory than it is anything, so we're good.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, you have anything else?
No, I just wanted to make sure that's all right there.
Tyler, do you have anything new, old or unfinished or new?
The future land use map is complete. I just got to get it moved over to PDF, put the legend on it, and it's ready to print. So that's done.
Good.
And then,
Have you been able to do that in-house?
yes,
So
Good.
the QGIS program that you're using is working?
it is working.
And you're
It's-
learning it?
I'm learning, yes.
job.
So, like I said, that part's done. We'll take what information David gets from PVA for the zoning map and see how that's going to work for
That's
us
the existing city.
and go forward with that.
There's a rumor that artificial intelligence helped with some of your tutorials.
Yes,
Is
it
that
did.
truth to that statement?
Yes, ChatGPT, I learned using that, and,
Thanks for the update. Anything else?
no.
Commissioners, anything? Do I have a motion, we adjourn?
I'll make that.
Wes makes the motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Missy with the second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.